Here's a question for you. How often do you actually read the labels on the products you buy? I'm not talking about ingredients and calories necessarily. I'm talking about the warnings on the back of medicines, other personal health products. Chances are you're probably not reading them nearly as often as you should. Here to tell us why we should be reading those labels every time is Ed Herman of Brown & Crouppen. Ed, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Let me ask a broad question here before we get into some specifics. Are we as consumers just becoming numb to these warning labels because we feel like they're everywhere now?
I think that's exactly what's happening. You know, everything it seems like today comes with a warning, and so, you know, you get numb to it. You think, well, this is just a product of the times, or this is the lawyers, or this is companies covering themselves up.
Or it's for dumb people.
Right.
Or I'm too smart to have to read this label.
That's the worst, right? You know,
Yeah.
and every time somebody gets hurt with a product, there's a certain segment out there that thinks, well, they're just
Idiots.
stupid.
Yeah.
The truth of it is, the American public's really not stupid, but I would say we're a little bit naive. Naive to think that people are wasting valuable space on their products for no good reason. Most companies don't want to put anything on their package, on their actual product, that they're not forced to, that doesn't sell their product, because they're trying to sell their product. I don't blame them for that. So just know, if there's something on there that's a warning or a caution, it's there for a reason, and you have to pay attention to it.
And let's get to a good real-world example of this.
Right.
If you're a contact lens wearer, you're going to find these two products on a store shelf right next to each other.
They are. They're kept right next to each other. I think the T's showed them next to each other. And to look at them, they do what appears to be the same thing. They both clean, and they both disinfect, and they both remove protein. And you would assume these are comparable products. They come in a similar box.
Yeah.
They even come in, you know, a similar, I think we've all seen these.
Yeah. The container that the contacts go in, then the bottle of stuff itself.
The difference is this product here is perfectly safe to, you know, clean your lenses and then put your lenses directly in your eye, and you're not going to have a problem.
Okay.
This product will blind you if you put the lenses directly into your eye. They will burn your corneas, and this has been happening all throughout the country. And this is nothing necessarily bad about their product, but look at the difference in the warnings. First, on the boxes themselves, in addition to having red label warning on the back here, it tells you on the top of the box, never use this in this kind of container.
One of those containers, which we've all seen. It seems like everybody that wears contacts has one of these guys.
The problem is, most people are going to take it out of the box, and they're going to throw the box in the trash.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
The next thing it gives you is what they call a red collar warning, which is one of these things that comes along here. But, you know, most people are going to tear that off, take the plastic off, and that warning is going to be lost forever. So all you're going to be left with in your cabinet is something that's going to look very, very similar to that, and, you know, have a few of these additional warnings on it. Of course, they're written very small, as they always are, and the problem with contact lenses is, at the time people are using the solution, they have their lenses out, and they probably didn't run to put their glasses on. So the chances of even being able to read this are pretty small to begin with. Not to mention the amount of times that people use other people's contact lens solution. You know, you're at a party, my lens is dry, do you have something I can squirt in there? So, you know, I don't want to badmouth the products, except to say this really underscores how important it is to take the time when you first buy a new product or when you're buying it at the store, read the instructions and make sure you understand them. Burning your eyes is not a comfortable thing. You had the gentleman on earlier talking about eye injuries. But the same is true of almost any product out there. If you're going to take one thing away, is nothing is on the label by accident. People have been hurt with these things. You have to take the time to use products properly.
Just read it. Read the labels.
Read the labels.
They're taking up valuable space for a reason. Ed, thank you very much. Great demonstration. If you've got a legal question for Brown & Crouppen, you can